You guys ready for your first comedian of the night? Woo! Come on. You're a little bit Alright, let's hear it for our first senior of the night, Noah Kim!
Hello! It's good to see everyone here tonight. Thank you so much for coming. It's a Thursday. You came, you're here. It's nice. This is a senior show, because I'm old. One day, I'll die. But it wasn't always this way. I was once a child, I was once reckless and immortal, and my life was boundlessly ahead of me. But being a kid is kind of weird. Raise your hand if you think being a kid is kind of weird. Like, it's kind of weird. Being a kid is weird because things happen to you and no one explains what's happening to you. You just have to kind of take it. Things don't make a lot of sense. Like, as a child in school, I was very, very terrified that if I ever said out loud that I liked something, everyone would ask me when I was going to marry it. Like, I'd be in the cafeteria and be like, hey guys, I like ice cream. And you'd be like, you like ice cream? Why don't you marry it? And I'd be like, well, Brian, unlike you, I have a nuanced understanding of words, and that like doesn't necessarily mean love, Brian. Also, I'm not an ice cream cone, Brian. What are you, bad at English and biology? Come on, dude, get your act together. It's the second grade. You know how second graders talk? As a kid, I was terrified because at family reunions, people I had never before met in my life would, unprompted, steal my nose. And I'm not an idiot, like I know my nose is still there, but what they had done is they had stolen the metaphorical concept of my nose, and that's what really messed me up. Like, can you imagine if I walked up to you and I was like, got your wallet, but your wallet was still in your pocket? Tell me you wouldn't go home and sit and think about that for a little bit. Does anyone here listen to podcasts? Raise your hand if you listen to podcasts. Any lonely people? All right. I like podcasts. I listen to podcasts. They're a lot like my experiences at parties where everyone talks in the middle and I get to just listen. Podcasts are great, but I've noticed that towards the end of a podcast run, the producers will upload a trailer for a different podcast in place of a regular episode. And I think that's kind of weird. Like, can you imagine if we did that with people? Like, I'm just lying on my deathbed, surrounded by loved ones, and a nurse walks in and says, well, did you like Noah? Well, then you'll love Chris. He's just like Noah. He has the same comedic sensibility, except he does jokes about sports. Seeing as I am the pinnacle of masculine form, I've been looking to get into more manly hobbies lately. And so I've settled on mansplaining. So what I like to do is I like to take concepts that everyone already knows about and repeat it to them so that everyone can understand it again. Ladies, what I like to do is I like to take concepts that everyone already knows about and repeat it so that everyone's on the same page. Does that make sense? All right. Stand-up is kind of weird. It's kind of fun. I like doing stand-up. I like moving around and doing characters and dialogue. But in stand-up, when you do characters, you have to stay very still, because otherwise the dialogue gets confusing fast. Like, for example, like, hey man, what's up? That's still me, I just turn around. I got some new stuff for you. Let's do it now. Some people say actions speak louder than words, and I don't think that's true at all. Because, for example, this is silent. But this, dude, your dog's pissing on my foot. That's loud. This is quiet. This, oh, I'm so sorry, I should have knocked. That's loud. Now, this is silent. But this, something's wrong with your dog, I swear to God. That's loud. Let's see, what else we got here? My friend and I have this running joke where we exercise and I make him laugh. So, hey man, knock knock. Hey, shut up. That was me, I just turned around. I like to think that the chefs at Benihana's, when they get a DoorDash order, do the whole show anyways. Like they cut up an onion volcano, you know, to light their cigarettes into. The night goes on. You know, like they have a chef's hat, but instead of a rat, there's just a really tired person in there. Did anyone here watch Dune 2?
Yeah!
I like Dune 2. It's like Dune 1, but with more pun potential. Did you guys hear what they're doing to the popcorn baskets? They're eating out of them. It's like they're putting their hands inside. It's weird. I don't like that at all. It's very, very icky. But, you know, while there are movie sequels, I think there's a missed opportunity in the market for song sequels. There aren't any song sequels. Like, there's no, oops, I did it again. Again. There's no, call me maybe. If you're chill, actually no, I'm sorry. You don't have to. Oh gosh, this is embarrassing. I shouldn't have done that. No, just you know what? Just forget about it. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see. There's nothing on this paper. I just I need time to breathe. So sometimes my friends and I have little house parties and we watch movies. But one time I was at one of these movie parties and I'm like, God, who invited captions? I hate that guy. He's always talking over everything. We know what's happening. We know what people are saying, dude. Like I was talking to a girl at the party and I was like, hey, I know I just met you and this is crazy. And the caption goes, brackets, tensely. And all of a sudden things get really weird. And he's like, party dies down. And then everyone's looking at me like it's my fault. I'm like, hey, it's not me, it's him. And all of a sudden he goes, indistinct rumble in the distance. And everyone starts getting really tense all of a sudden. Like, dude, what's going on? Like, did you guys hear that? I don't know, dude. There's something out there. And then my friend in the background is like, hey guys, don't worry, everything's gonna be just fine. And caption goes, brackets with malicious intent. He starts backing up towards the light switch and he goes, lights out. And turns the lights off and in the silence caption suddenly goes, roll credits. I got one more bit for you tonight. Thank you so much for coming. We got a good show for you. We got a good show.
Yeah.
That was nice. You didn't have to clap, but thank you. If you ever meet me on the street, like if I'm ever just walking down the street and you say, oh hey, that is not me. You are talking to a projection of me. You're going to get the auto-generated responses that come with surprising me on the street. I've got about 3 dialogue options if you ever say hi to me as I'm walking down. The first one is, oh, hey. The second one is, that one's pretty good. That one works pretty often. And the third one is, I gotta move on, I gotta go. See, to prove this point, let's do some crowd work right now. What's your name?
Srisha.
Srisha? How are you?
Good.
Me? I gotta go. I can't do this. If you ever hear me make this laugh and this laugh in particular, I didn't hear what you said. One time I was having a conversation at a Standup Cal social, and a person came up to me and was talking to me for a good 2 minutes, and at the end I went, and they just kept looking at me, which indicated that they had said a question. And I said, I'm so sorry. I didn't hear a word of what you just said. And they said, what is this? Is this a joke to you? And I said, no, but it might be later. My name is Jonas. Thank you so much for coming. Have a great night. Enjoy the
Hello. That's pretty funny, wasn't it? Pretty funny. Well, my name is Nick. I'll be your other co-host tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, we ready for our next comedian?
Yeah.
This is It's a new guy. It's Charlie.
Hey, how we doing? Okay. As you heard, I am new, so please no heckling. But if you brought any fruits or vegetables, today's your lucky day, because you can just like throw that shit at me. As you can tell by my complexion, I could really use the vitamins. And hopefully I absorb them through osmosis. But on a serious note, I have not had a vegetable in over a year. I find it pretty impressive, but my doctor claims that vegetable sober is not a real term. I think she's just hating. But, I heeded her advice, so I told her, Doc, I got great news for you. I fucked an 80-year-old. She's basically a vegetable. She didn't find it funny at all. So there goes my chances with the doctor. But, no, I'm playing. But on a serious note, she did say that if I kept on doing what I was doing, there would be negative health outcomes. Which sounds like a threat to me. And it's crazy to threaten somebody who knows where you are 10 hours a day. I just want to put that out there. But, alright, how many locals we got? Okay, so like 2 people. Where you from?
Albany.
Okay, actually, that's pretty local. Y'all got a bowling place, that's all I know.
It's close.
Oh no! That's the only bowling place I go to. No, but I am from Oakland.
Hey, me too.
What part?
Woo! I am from near Emeryville. You know the theater that got like shot up? My theater, baby. But no, I was gonna wear an Oakland Tech sweatshirt. That's my high school, but it got stolen. Yeah, armed robbery, but it wasn't my fault. Shit, what was my next joke? I'm playing. I remember my next joke. I remember it. You just gotta give me a second. Okay. I remember it. So how many like international students do we have? Really? Okay. Yeah, I think international students, I have like a PSA for them. Y'all gotta stop doing stupid shit. Hold on. That sounded bad. That sounded a little bit racist. I see that now. It's not. They're just always doing stupid shit. I don't know what to say. I see every night. I'll be walking home late at night. It's 11 p.m. pitch black. An international student's Beats, Gucci belt, Louis bag. You're asking to get robbed, dude. Like, I don't even rob people. Like, that's a semester tuition. I mean, come on. Like, you can't blame me. It's not my fault. It's on you. That sounds like victim blaming. And it was. It is their fault. I'm staying on that point. But, anybody here watch TV? Hopefully that should be all hands. Okay, good. Otherwise you're a fucking weirdo, dude. But anybody like anime? I don't. I just think they're weird. Not that way. Let me give you an example. There's a show called N-word Dog. They use the actual N-word, I'm gonna say. And it is...
the other way around. It's dog first.
Okay, well this dude is obviously a fan. But I'm gonna explain it to you what it is. It's basically a half man, half dog who is going on a quest across the country to rape his father. Awesome plot, dude. What made you think of that one, dude? Like LSD? Come on. But that's not even like the worst thing there is to it. There's also something called lolicons. Straight up disgusting. Let me tell you. It is a 100-year-old in a 12-year-old's body, and they like fetishize the character. Dude, what's wrong with you, man? Like, what? But anyway, they have a convention. And I don't want to be the one to have to say it. But like, when is a mass shooting when you need one? Kind of fucked up. But it's not my fault, it's theirs. I got one last story about it though. When I was a senior in high school, I was in PE. It was awesome. Legit, such a good experience. And I had a friend who was also a senior, and he was really into anime. And one day, Halloween, he comes in dressed up as his favorite character. I'm a good friend, so I asked him, who you dressed up as? He says, oh, it's my favorite protagonist, I continue. He says, oh yeah, he's totally misunderstood. That's a bad sign. What do you mean misunderstood? He continues. He falls in love with a girl in a coma, then has sex with her and kills her. That's rape, dude, and murder. That's like a double felony, dude. How can you be a fan of this guy? It's like, I don't even know, like Ted Bundy? I don't know, man. I think that's my time. Have a good one, guys.
One time for Charlie. I really like getting up here after Charlie because I know you guys are like, oh great, another white guy. I wonder what he's gonna say about international students. This is my impression of Charlie. So where's a shooting when we need one? You guys know the theater that got shut up? My theater. Little weird, right? I don't really know. Also, I like how Charlie was like, man, this one source of media with this weird plot. I want to watch another one. This shit's awesome. Can we hear it for the guy who knew the correct order of the racist names one more time? Why y'all clapping for that? Fuck's wrong with you guys? Not cool. Alright, you guys ready for your next comedian? Alright, we got another senior for you. He came from partying at Santa Barbara to studying at Berkeley. Let's hear it for Raj! How we doing, guys? We doing good? Finally, dude, fucking alpha male up here, dude. It's been enough time. Did you cold plunge today, dude? Did you cold plunge? It's a cap as fuck. That's what it is. Dude, I think people in the Bay Area, dude, they're getting too progressive. I walked into a restaurant and this guy comes up to me and he's like, oh my God, you look exactly like someone I know from work. And then I was like, oh, cool. Did they also wear a turban? And then he's like, no, it's not like that, man. I don't see color. And then I was like, no, dude, you don't see turbans. That's... You're turban blind. That's literally... people always ask me, they're like, hey, Raj, was it hard to grow up in America wearing a turban after 9/11? I was like, yeah, it was hard, but not because of 9/11. It was hard because of Professor Quirrell from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. A few of you guys have heard of him. For those of you that haven't heard of him, he was an evil professor at Hogwarts who was a white guy that wore a turban, and underneath his turban, on the back of his head, was Lord Voldemort. That's so much worse than Osama bin Laden, I'm sorry. The other thing is, like, people always ask me, like, oh, Raj, when do you take your turban off? All the time, when I'm working out, before I go to sleep, if I'm just chilling. It was really weird when I was a kid at a sleepover to take my turban off, because I would just be like in the corner of the room ready to take it off, and all the other kids would be like staring at me. And then I'd take it off, they'd be like, Avada Kedavra. And I'd be like, please just call me a terrorist. I was scared you guys would get like tense up at that, but that went well, so thank you for being cool. The other thing about like wearing a turban and living in America is a lot of people confuse me for Muslim. For a Muslim person, rather. I'm not Muslim, I'm Sikh. It's totally different. Actually, my ancestors fought against the Muslims for religious freedoms, which is why it's super awkward whenever someone wishes me a happy Ramadan. Because, like, wishing me a happy Ramadan is kind of like wishing a British person happy Thanksgiving. Like, it might look like I celebrate this holiday, but I'm actually not affiliated. There's no Native Americans in London, so thank you guys. Thank you guys. I went to Coachella over the weekend. Yeah. at Coachella, there's a bunch of like functioning drug addicts, which is kind of like interesting because they do like drugs, but they can afford to go to the festival. So they have like regular habits and then like a drug habit. So that's kind of weird. I was sharing an Airbnb with this guy that did a lot of drugs, and he asked me to borrow my moisturizer. That kind of ticked me off, like bring your own moisturizer. But I was like, oh, do you want me to wait until after you do the cocaine, or do you want it now? And then he was like, no, we can wait till after the cocaine. Then he did the cocaine, and he died, dude. There was fentanyl in the cocaine, so I didn't have to share my moisturizer. All right, did you know someone that died from fentanyl? No? Okay, that's fine, cool. I'm a grad student here. I went to UCSB when I was an undergrad. And when I first got to UCSB, I was a virgin, which was the worst thing ever. Because the policy there is like free condoms for anyone whenever you want. And I was just walking to class one day, and this guy was trying to hand me a condom. And I was like, look, man, giving a condom to me, it's like giving an HDMI cable to a starving African child. Like, it's annoying when you don't have one, but like, does this guy really need it, you know? And then like an RA knocked on my door, and he was like, hey Raj, we're just doing a survey. Just wanted to check in. Are you having safe sex? And I was like, technically no. And then he's like, why not? And then I was like, I think I need to like put myself out there more. I'm not really sure. The other problem with going to UCSB is I had like a lot of hot friends, and that's the worst, bro. Cause like hot people, they think they have like skills and talents. How do you know for sure, dude? Like how, do you know what I'm saying? Like my hot friend, he came up to me, he's like, yo, dude, I'm gonna start doing stand-up comedy. I made that group of girls laugh so much. And I was like, bro, you're 6'5". Like, I don't know if I'm funny or not, but I do know this. Whenever someone laughs at my jokes, it's not because they want my body, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna end on that. I've been Raj. Thank you so much.
All right. Give it up for Katie.
Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? That's great. Recently, I've been wanting to drop out of Berkeley, and so do all of you too. But my dad really tried to convince me to stay. He's like, Katie, just get the degree. And, you know, maybe after you graduate, you want to go be a bongo drummer in, like, the middle of the streets in Africa. And, you know, it's just that people look at you and be like, she chose that life. And I'm like, no, Dad. People are going to look at me and go, like, what happened? Like, Katie, why are you here? Like, what major did you choose? And I'm like, media studies. And they'd be like, oh, so you did choose this life. Yeah. Not a lot of people know this about me, but I lived in Korea for about 17 years before I moved to Berkeley. Yeah, a long time. And naturally, a lot of people would ask me questions, like, are you North Korean or South Korean? And I'm kind of like, well, I feel like I should know this question, because every time a helicopter comes over Berkeley, I'm always like, who? You know? And another question that I get is, for living in Korea for so long, weren't you ever like scared of the threat above? And I'm like, I mean, at this point, it's like checking the weather. I just gotta look up. You know? Bomb joke. I know. Yeah. Speaking of bombs, before I started, I've been traveling by myself lately on the plane, right? And I noticed that when you purchase a ticket online, there's something called the September 11 fee, probably $11, right? And I know you can't put a price on safety, but I just don't know why they put it separately. You know, maybe it's America go like, oh, America's ready this time, right? They ain't showing up this day, right? But to that I'm kind of like, okay, do you choose the same spot as last time in a hide and go seek game? I don't think so. Yeah. You know, the 2 years I've been here at Berkeley, I have never understood the CS student slander. You know, y'all would be okay saying please and thank you to AI chat, to GPT, but you look at a CS student and go like, here's your first shot of the day, dude. Makes no sense to me. But yeah. Have you guys had your fortune read before? Can I get a raise of hands if you have? You, a couple of people. Even if it's like the fortune cookie and the Panda Express. Like, yeah, more people. Okay. I think it's a scam. I don't believe in fortunes, you know. And my friend told me that she actually did go to a fortune teller once, and the fortune teller was like, let me see. Yeah, you definitely would have made a great nun 500 years ago. 500 years ago, like in the 1500s? Okay, but so then I told her, okay, you definitely got scammed. You gotta go back to that lady and be like, lady, I got a fortune for you. Let me see, yeah. 500 years ago, you definitely would have burned at the stake. You know. Lately, I feel like icks are getting out of control. Don't get me wrong, I'm part of the problem too. Okay, maybe I should put it this way. I had a favorite president growing up, right? His name was Abe Lincoln. Woo! Woo! Yeah, right? He freed the slaves. He was tall. He had facial hair, right? But the one ick that I got from him was when I found out he got assassinated. But let me explain. It was because I was like, you survived the Civil War, but you got murdered by a theater kid? Oh. I've been honked at by the Loop a lot lately, maybe too many times to count. And every time I want to look around and give them the bird, but I can't because I look like an asshole, you know? So there was one thing I did to kind of remedy the solution and to kind of imitate or recreate the situation. On the count of 3, I want you to imitate the Loop driver saying beep beep, all right? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Beep beep. What is he gonna do? Run me over so that I get in the back seat of that car? Like, you know. But, okay, if that joke was offensive, I apologize. I get it. But I use the right signage for ASL, so you can't tell me I'm wrong. So, anyways, but you've been great. Thank you for your time.
Let's hear it one more time for Katie. This guy's a co-president of Standup Cal, a co-host of tonight, and one of our very special seniors. Let's hear it for Nick! You ready for the next comic? All right, I'm just kidding. Oh, man, I got 5 minutes. It's a lot of minutes. How are we doing? Good? Yeah, all right. Anybody have Comcast? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good internet. Internet's pretty good. I had Comcast one time and I moved, so I stopped using Comcast. What happened is I returned my equipment to Comcast, and then they told me that I owed them $12. I don't know what it was, but I owed them $12, and I just didn't pay them. That was a year ago. And at first they started sending me emails like, hey, you gotta pay this $12. And then they started calling me every day. Every day at 9:30, Meredith would call me from Comcast. And she'd be like, sir, you have to pay your $12. And I'm like, well, listen, here's the thing, Meredith. Every morning at 9:30, that's when I wake up. So I really appreciate this wake-up call. So I'm not paying that $12, Meredith. You understand? This is what keeps me through school, Meredith. You are the only person that allows me to go to classes. And one time I picked up, and she's like, sir, if you don't pay this $12, we're gonna have to refer you to a debt collection agency. And they're gonna come down on you real hard. Come down on me real hard.
For $12? Okay, first of all, what kind of debt collection agency collects chump change? What kind of debt collection agency is like, now you get a 50 cents from the fruit guy, you owe me 50 cents, you know? The other thing is, what are they gonna come down on me real? What are they gonna do, send high school bullies to take my lunch money? It's $12. Are they gonna come and repossess my cheeseburger for $12? Alright. What else? I walk around Berkeley, you know, I like walking around Berkeley. Once I saw a dude who's 3 foot tall. Nothing wrong with that, just a dude with 3 foot tall. And I was looking at him, because I've never seen a guy that was 3 foot tall. I was, holy shit, it's a guy who's 3 foot tall. And my friend's like, Nick, stop looking at him, that's rude. What do you mean that's rude? It's a 3 foot, I'm gonna look at a guy who's 3 foot tall, okay, all right? If a guy has a shirt with like a funny thing on it, I'm looking at him. Why am I not looking at him anyways? This is equality, I feel like. What's wrong with me looking at a guy if a guy is 8 foot tall, I would look at him? All right, okay. They said don't make fun of small people. I didn't want to, you know, it's not like a, all right. I'm sorry, okay? Yeah, but you know, and then he said, well, you shouldn't judge people. I'm not judging, I'm just looking. She said you shouldn't judge people. And I'm like, well, I'm not, you can't just tell me that you don't see height. Like, you cannot see color. I agree, I don't see color. But you cannot see height. You cannot, that's gonna make my life really difficult, you know? I'm going to the doctor's office, like, what's your name? Oh, I'm Nick. What's your weight? 180. What's your height? Listen, doctor, I don't really prescribe to this kind of labels. It's harmful labels that you put on people. I don't really, my friend's like, hey, Nick, where's your party? Where'd you live? This address. Which floor do you live? Here's the thing, I'm not, on the cognitive level, I don't really see height like that. So as far as I'm concerned, I live in this building, and I'm me. Or something. Yeah. Who has dogs in here? Yeah. Not in here, but who has dogs?
Home or your home?
What does that mean, dude? What is your home?
The place you dog or the place you live?
Okay, who has dogs in Berkeley? That's tough. It's tough keeping a dog. It's tough keeping a dog, man. I was looking up how to take care of a dog, and I was like, holy crap, every dog has like, they eat different things. You can't tell if they overeat. The only time that you can tell that you've overfed them is that they're fat. By that time, it's already too late. You're gonna underfeed them, and then they're too skinny. You're like, oh crap, I can't. All right. Here's the thing about dogs. They said dogs, when they show their teeth, it means that they're aggressive. That's pretty cool, but I don't think humans can do that, because like if I show my teeth, it doesn't look like I'm aggressive. It just looks like I'm looking at something, and like the sun's real bright. You know, like. Yeah, dogs are hard to take care of. So are babies. You know. Like when you get a baby, I don't think they tell you what to do. They just tell you, hey, if the baby cries, it needs to poop, pee, sleep, eat, something else. I don't know, I feel like that's all fucked up. That's 5 things in one. When a baby cries, there's 5 different things that it could be needing. Like, it's pretty, you should do like, when it needs to sleep, it should be, ooh. When it needs to cry, it should be, ah. It should be, ee. It should use the whole vowel system. A, E, I, O, U. That's pretty good. Right. The thing about babies, though, is that I can't comprehend that. Why would you cry when you need to sleep? Why would you do the most physically exhausting thing when you're sleepy? Okay, I've never met a friend who was like, dude, I'm so sleepy. I'm so sleepy. I'm really freaking sleepy, dude. I need to sleep. I've never met a friend like that. All right, you guys been great. Thank you, guys.
All right, y'all ready for your next comedian? All right, next we got the Vice President of Standup at Cal and another one of our seniors. Let's hear it for Jonas! What's up, everybody? How are we doing tonight? All right. I invited some friends here. Do I have any friends in the audience? There we are, that's a good number. Do I have any enemies in the audience? That's bad, guys. They outnumber us. Shit. Well, let's get started. I hope I can convert some of you to my friends after the set. Who knows? And I feel bad for the son. The moon gets all the credit. I mean, what do we say at night? Oh, it's such a beautiful night out. Look at the moon. No one ever goes, oh, it's such a beautiful day out. Look at the sun. I mean, I guess there's eclipses. Who here saw that eclipse last week? Clap if you saw the eclipse last week. Last week? Whatever. I saw the eclipse. I saw it at a park, and I also saw a guy looking at the eclipse through a telescope. He's like, oh, I think I can see it. I think that's how pirates are made. Taking a look at it a little bit too long, just like, argh! I'm just gonna interrupt my set a little bit. Did you guys like hear like the ASMR mouth sounds coming from this mic? Like Noah opening, he's just like, well, hello, I'm Noah Kim. It was really weird with the notes and stuff. He did a thing with his tongue. Whatever. I kind of like guys who say, like, this guy fucks. You know, like, this guy fucks. You know? I just think it's, like, cute in a way, just to, like, just to announce, like, the things people do just right in front of them. Like, do you think they're, like, at restaurants, like, this guy eats, this guy cooks, this guy waits? Or they're at, like, the library, like, this guy reads, this guy reads, this guy reads. Shh, this guy shushes. Do you guys want to hear my impression of a Berkeley crosswalk? Walk. Sometimes I like to imagine Charlie Brown all grown up. He hasn't like matured or anything, he's just gone through puberty, you know? Like he's still like running for that football and he's running, he goes to kick it and he slips and he falls on his ass. He just looks at you and goes, wah, wah. LBJ is both my favorite president and my favorite porn star. LBJ, no mames. Yo soy coming. Here's something that keeps me up at night. My dad's cooler than me. First of all, my dad's a blood, and that's already really cool because they got like the hand thing and like the uniform. That's awesome. I don't do any of that. Here's an impression of every conversation my father and I have had. Hey, what up, Jay? How you doing? Oh, hey, Daddy, how are you? Daddy's. I didn't mean to say Daddy. I gotta think about that after the show. But anyway, you know, like, oh shit, already? Okay. You know, it's to each their own, I guess. We're all different in our own ways. My dad might be cooler than me, but I've got a leg up over him. For example, when my dad was 21, he had me. And when I was 21, I didn't have me. To keep it short, that guy fucks, this guy doesn't. Yeah! It's different having a young dad. My dad, he had me when I was 19, a teenager. That means I was a kid when he was in his mid to late 20s. It's different. It's different in really minor ways. Most people, their dads tell them to go to bed for playing video games too late. My dad would wake me up early in the morning to play video games. I had this one memory, I was 8, 6 in the morning. Crack of dawn. My dad would wake me up. Hey, what up, Jay? Rise and shine. Let's play some fucking Ghostbusters. And I'm like, what's that? What? I'm 8. I need like 14 hours of sleep, Daddy. I don't know. I didn't know what to say. I was 8. What are you supposed to say to your father? He just woke you up with Ghostbusters? Come on. It's a lot. I know what I would say now. I'd say, listen, Dad. I know you're listening to this. He's not dead, he's just taller than me. I know bustin' makes you feel good, but sleep makes me feel amazing. And to put that in your words, this guy busts, this guy sleeps. I've been Jonas. Have a great night, everybody. More impressions. This is my impression of Jonas. Jonas when his joke goes well. Jonas when his joke doesn't go well. This guy cries himself to sleep. This guy's friend is still alive. This guy records for Standup Cal. Let's hear it for our social media team and the people recording and taking photos. Yay! All right, this next guy is another one of our seniors, and he is the secretary for our club. Let's hear it for Rohit!
Hello, hello. Sorry for the outfit. It's because I was sitting over there and I couldn't see, but now I can see even less, so this is perfect. I'm a really confused individual, I'd say. Okay, for example, you know on Instagram how you can set your pronouns in your bio? I think that's awesome. That way you know how to refer to people, how to call them. But I don't understand when people have country flags in their bio. What is it? What racial slurs not to call them? I really don't understand, man. Speaking of things I don't understand, fashion, you can tell. Sorry. Now I understand fashion. No, but all my friends are really, really big fashion heads, so I can wear literally anything, and they'll just assume it's a fashion statement. I can wear a polo and jeans, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, you're really breaking cultural norms by not tucking in the polo and not ripping your jeans like everyone else. That's amazing, Rohit. Or sometimes, I'll answer the door in a tank top and underwear, and they'll be like, Rohit, nice U-neck, bro. And I see those crop shorts too. Those are totally in season. One time I was at a party, and crazy to believe, I know. One time I was at a party, and I was wearing a black leather jacket, and I threw up on it. And my friend came up to me, and he's like, Rohit, those orange highlights on your overcoat really bring out your face. Yeah, I don't get it, guys. I don't get fashion. So, I've started reading some self-help books lately, because God knows I need it. And one thing I found was how to invert bad cause and effect loops. So, apparently the best thing to do is squash the effect, and it'll cure the bad cause. So for me, I was very lonely for a while, and because of that, I started eating and snacking a lot and gaining weight. It was really terrible. But as soon as I cut out the snacking, dude, my Riz levels went up insane. I cut out the goldfish, and now at the bar, the snack does smile back. I stopped eating Lay's, and now I'm getting laid. I even gave up Oreos, because now it is my cream that is between the two. Yeah. I don't know, people try to give me advice sometimes, especially my dad. My dad always tries to give me dating advice, and I hate it. It's always bullshit too. It's always beta, you just need to be more confident. Bro, you got an arranged marriage. You won by default. It's those Bitcoin millionaires who bought early, and then they got super rich, and now they give everyone investing advice as if they're super smart. They're oh, China's really investing into Web3 and crypto right now, guys. You should invest in China right now. Except for my dad, this is an actual thing he told me. He said, Beta, China is doing really well on the world stage right now. Go get yourself a Chinese girlfriend. Real story. I don't know. For a long time I was on the apps. I was on this app called Hinge. I think everyone's heard of it. It makes a noise if you heard of it. And you know, I saw my TA on there, which is like usually normal, except I was on straight mode and it was a guy. And I'm like, okay, you know what? You know, maybe, you know, I could keep an open mind about this and like, you know, look at this guy's profile. He was a good TA too. You know, he taught mechanical systems. I remember like we modeled like swings as like pendulums. I don't know, super cool stuff. But yeah, I see his profile. I see the first picture. I swipe to the second picture. Now it's two people. It's him and an Asian girl. And I'm like, you know, maybe he's just not over his ex. You know, people sometimes post pictures with their ex on their dating profile because they're not over them. It's fair. Then I read the caption. The caption is, I have a girlfriend. Want to meet her? That's how he knew so much about those swings. Oh my god. Some of us in here got that joke. Raise your hand if you got that joke. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so some of us got the joke. 3. Some of us got that joke. Dude, you literally told me your boyfriend was hot at the gym like the other day. Oh no, I told you that. Never mind. Okay, that's my time. Thank you so much for being a great audience.
All right, well, up next is another special senior. What is this, senior city? All right, let's give it up for Pranit.
Yo, what the fuck is good, y'all? We gotta keep this between us, okay? I'll pay you. I love the internet because people always be saying funny stuff, you know? A lot of people on the internet love to say, I was born in the wrong generation. Personally, I've never said that bullshit because I'm confident I would have fucked it up no matter when I was born. Like, if I was around back then, I would have definitely bought tickets for the Titanic. I would have been like, bro, it's the biggest boat. We gotta go. You don't get it. It's like a boat, but big. Life jackets? Why would we bring life jackets? These guys are professional boat makers. They know how to make boats. You know, if I was around in 1 BC, I would have definitely invested in the square wheel. I would have lost my life savings, which is like 2 goats and a big rock. I hate when my friends are stingy, you know, because they always like, yo, Pranit, this is my girlfriend. Like, whatever happened to sharing is caring. I think polygamy is cool, you know, but why stop at 3, you know? Let's get this bitch up to 100, you know? Let's get 100 people, marry them together, and fuck it, let's just see what happens, you know? You think they'll like form political parties and shit? You think they'll start having like protests and shit? You walk into the living room, there's just a guy there like, no more pegging, no more pegging. It really hurts some people. I recently heard about the plus size movement and I felt very emotionally compelled to help out. So lately I've been watching a lot of plus size porn, but I don't jack off, I just stand there like this. I'm doing my part, okay? Did you guys know that dogs can get depressed? True fact. They will not eat, you know, they won't want to go on walks. So lately I've been volunteering with this program that gives therapy to therapy dogs. And basically the way it works is the dogs will come live with me for a couple days, and then by the end of it, they'll be so excited to go back to their old life that their depression gets cured. You know, I can just imagine the dog talking to his therapist like, damn, you are right, it really can get worse. And I would like to apply the same concept to humans, you know? That's why I want to propose the idea of a reverse vacation. Basically, it's a vacation that's so shit, it makes you appreciate your regular life. Like, oh, you want to go to Cancun and get twisted off marks? Nah, bitch. Your ass is going to Rwanda to mine strontium. Try not to get lung cancer. Bye-bye, bye-bye. I've never understood when dudes will hate on other dudes by saying, yo, fuck that guy, he got a small dick. Like, bro, why does that matter to you? What were you planning to do where the, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What were you planning to do, you know? A lot of people on the internet are concerned about Generation Alpha, which is like the young kids, right? Because they're like, how will this unprecedented technology affect their mental development? Will they have mental illnesses, lack of compassion? Me personally, I'm not scared of any 6-year-old. I don't give a shit how deranged he is. I can beat the shit out of any 6-year-old, But like a 6-year-old with like a bazooka, that would be kind of scary, I think. That might be kind of scary. Or like a 6-year-old with like a baseball bat, that could also be kind of scary, I feel like. Or like maybe even like a big water bottle, that could be kind of scary. Like a Stanley, Oh man, he hits you with one of those things. 30 years later, you die of lead poisoning. I recently watched the Joker movie, and the most realistic part about that movie is the guy bombs once and just starts killing people. I found that very relatable. I feel like, do you ever think that kids hear other kids crying and think, man, what the fuck is this dude bitching about? Like there's like a kid crying, and it's like, man, that kid's crying because he didn't get ice cream. My imaginary friend just got lung cancer, man, what the fuck? And then the kid keeps crying, he's like, I had enough of this. Hey, Timmy, bring me that Stanley. I feel like I've never had a normal conversation in an Uber. Maybe it's my fault, Maybe it's my fault for asking controversial questions such as, where are you from? What do you do for work, right? And they always start the same way. They're like, look, I'm not gonna get political, but... And then they immediately get political. My theory is that the human body is not meant to sit in a Toyota Camry for 8 hours. That does things to the brain, y'all. It does things to the brain. Because I remember one time I was in this Uber and the guy was asking me like, yo, you go to college? I was like, yeah. He's like, that shit a scam. I was like, word. You pay your taxes? Yeah, I guess. That shit a scam. And after this conversation, where I thought he was trying to help me out or whatever, after he dropped me off, this dude drove in circles around my block for 20 minutes to hike my fare up. Man, fuck you! I think that's my time for tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Let's hear it one more time for Pranit. Let's hear it for our next comedian, our social media manager of the club, Srisha!
How y'all doing tonight? It's wonderful, it's wonderful. You know that one song, I'm blinded by the lights? Oh God. Social faux pas, Jonas. Anyways, yeah, speaking of songs that don't really play at the right time. Anyone that still uses Spotify free? Yeah, you guys. I use it too because I'm broke. No, it's very funny. Like you're in the shower, you want to play Wake Me Up Before You Go, and it's like the opposite of that. I don't know. What's your go-to shower song?
Oh, Ellie Goulding.
Wow, okay. Soap opera in the shower. So like, the closest song that I know is like Celine Dion, like, every night in my dreams. And then, hey, like an ad pulls up, LeBron James pops out of the middle of nowhere, like, hey, you wanna know what gets me really thirsty? Gatorade. Like you're aggressively trying to press the skip button, but it's stuck. So now Ryan Reynolds joins the party. Is like, hey, this is Ryan Reynolds from Mint Mobile, and I see you. You're like, okay, okay. You're like covering yourself up with the soap, And then you're still trying to skip the button, you know? You're pressing the button as hard as you can, and then the two guys from State Farm, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Like, guys, what is this? Like a orgy? You know, like, people keep talking about how big tech is invading privacy. Spotify is going the next level. It's like invading your personal privacy as well. Scary situation, y'all. Like, that's why I use Apple Music. Like, you know, get sexually assaulted by Spotify once, never again. Yeah, my roommate told me I needed to get therapy. So I joined Hinge. You know, the wonderful part about Hinge is like, it really puts things into perspective for you. Like, the girl's experience is very different from the guy's experience. Like, as a girl, you're like, you know, okay, gotta put on clean underwear, got maybe some, you know, nice perfume, hide your Timothée Chalamet action figure collection. But for guys, it's really weird. Like, one time I was on this Hinge date, and bro pulls up in like swim trunks, like not even sunglasses, they're like swimming goggles, and a Pakistan jersey. And I'm like, what? This was our actual conversation. I'm like, what's up with the swim glasses? He's like, so I can see underwater. Cool. What's up with the swim trunks? Oh no, that's just if I want to pee really fast. Also, I ran out of pants. You're texting your roommate, please help me. But you're stuck there, so you're like, I see you have a nice shirt. Are you from Pakistan? He's like, in this economy? No. So I'm like, what's up with the shirt? I want it to be a walking green flag. So obviously, I have never seen this man ever again in my life until today. Crazy. Yeah, speaking of traumatic events, my mom picked Saltburn for family movie night. And at that point, it's like, Mom, I don't think you're old enough for this movie yet. Like, does she even know what sex is? You know, I'm not Christian, but if I was, I would 100% believe in the whole immaculate conception thing, because that's obviously how my brother was born, you know? And think about it, like, we as Indians have so many gods, like, that's probably why we have such a high population. It's like, God has blessed us with another child. Okay, who is it this time? Yeah. Has anyone heard about the Boeing airplane disasters? Yeah. That's so fucked up. Like, imagine you're in a plane, you're trying to get home, and the door just blasts open. So it's like, I don't know, Amazon delivery express service. No parachute included. You didn't pay for Prime. Yeah, it's really weird, but it makes me think, like, with a name like Boeing, they're in the wrong business. You know, if my company was called Boeing, I would be a trampoline business. Like, think about it, like, Boeing, Boeing, Boeing. I mean, business model. They would make a killing at it. Yeah. I'm a mechanical engineer. Any mechanical engineers in the crowd? Wow. Y'all made right decisions. I'm very proud of you. One of the many cool machines we get to use is called a water jet. So water jet is like, imagine if the water pressure of your shower was strong enough to fucking kill you. So yeah, like as one does, I was fucking around with the material settings, and I see bone, B-O-N-E, bone, and it is very weird. Like, why would a machine that can cut bone have a bone setting? Like, who's having sex with this machine? The frat bros? Like, why would you give anyone in Berkeley that kind of power? Like, what kind of hazing rituals could you come up with? So I was talking with my good friend Chris, and he's like, no, Srisha, that's for the sorority sisters. And I'm like, oh. I could have lived without not knowing that, Chris. I really see it, like the mouth ASMR thing. That's crazy. Yeah, I was, oh crap, I was gonna do a bit about my commitment issues, but I don't know, guys. I mean, we wanna see other people. You know, the vibes are right now as they are. We're just having fun. So I think I should just end it here. It'd be really good for the both of us. Don't call me. Thanks, y'all. This has been my time.
Yeah, alright, well, the next comic is, y'all know him, you love him, it's Sanjay!
What's up, Berkeley? I've been thinking a lot, like, going to Berkeley is, like, very, like, it's really, like, fucks with your head a lot, like, the way you, like, perceive the world. Like, the other day I was on campus, and I saw someone wearing a Hamas t-shirt, and I was like, I'm all for free speech and everything, but I was like, this is the worst possible stance you could take on this issue. But then the t-shirt unfolded, it said Bahamas, and I was like, oh shit, this school is fucking with me, I know, but I feel like going to Berkeley does something to, like, your mentality, you know, it adds something to your ego. Like, we like to pretend it doesn't, but it does, you know, like, you ever ask, like, someone, like, their major, and they're like, oh, I'm an EECS major, oh, I went to UC Berkeley Met, I'm not an EECS major, I'm an English major, interestingly enough, but... Yeah, thank you. My mom doesn't like the fact that I'm an English major because she's like a super like traditional Indian woman. She's always like wants me to do something practical. So she's always like yelling at me. She's always like, Sanjay, why are you English major? And I'm like, so I don't sound like you know, like, like I might not make a lot of money, but at least the McDonald's employee will understand my order the first time. I've been flyering a lot this semester for this club, and something I've been noticing a lot about myself is that I change my flyering tactics depending on the demographic. Like if I see a group of girls walking by, I'm always trying to come off as like non-threatening, so I'm always like, hi, stand-up comedy show Saturday night. Come if you're free, thank you. And then like, but then if I see like a group of like bro-ier dudes walking by, I'm like, yeah, stand-up comedy show tomorrow, I mean, come if you want. It's whatever. It could be lit, I don't know. And then like, but then like on Cal Day, my parents visited and they were walking around Sproul and I was flyering, but they don't know I'm a part of this club or that I do stand-up. So they walked by with their friends, so I had to switch it up a little. I was like, computer science club right here, computer science club. I've been thinking a lot about like the Oedipus complex. So, no, not from that. I just think it's interesting how like if you're missing like a void in your life, like someone else can fill that void. I think somehow my roommate has taken over the role of my dad. Imagine if I just didn't explain that and left that there. No. But my roommate, because like growing up, me and my dad weren't that close. He'd always like work a lot. So like now that I'm like living with another dude, the dynamic has shifted. So like, you know, like he'll come back at the end of the day, my roommate, and I'll be like, oh, roommate, do you want to hear about my day? Do you want to... Or like he'll go out to get some food and I'll be like, oh, roommate, can you get me a McDonald's Happy Meal on your way back? Or like I'll score bad on a midterm and tell him about it. I'll be like, roommate, why are you grabbing the belt? Oh my God, I promise I'll do better next time. My roommate started doing stand-up, which is cool. But like now he comes with me to like open mics and stuff. But now the people at the open mics, because I've been performing there longer, I think sometimes they forget that he's also like a grown-ass man. You know, like they just see him as an extension of me, because he'll have a good set and people will laugh at his joke and then point at me for some reason. I don't know, like my son just scored a point in a basketball game or something. My roommate, he did this joke about how we're both into like film and cinema, and like, you know, like it's gotten to the point that we watch porn together. I want to address that here tonight. We only watch porn together from a film perspective, right? So like the camera will zoom in on the guy's ass and we'll be like, man, look at the cinematography on that shot. Or like they'll do like the intro like do. We'll be like, what a score. I don't know if you guys saw this. O.J. Simpson died. Yeah. I tried to write a joke about that, I really did, but I couldn't. Anytime like something big like that happens, I feel like an immense amount of pressure to write a joke about it, because I'm trying to take this comedy thing more seriously. And my friends and family say I'm too hard on myself, because sometimes I'll find like an interesting line of thought, but I won't be able to conclude it. Like one that I had was like, O.J. Simpson, he died of prostate cancer, right? And the day that he died, Caitlyn Jenner, she tweeted out, "Good riddance, hashtag O.J. Simpson." Now a psychopath like me sees this and I'm like, O.J. Simpson, prostate cancer, Caitlyn Jenner, cut off her penis, there's something there. You know, like if you walked in on me in my room just walking around, like during my writing time, I'd just be like, O.J., Caitlyn Jenner, penises, O.J., Caitlyn Jenner, penises, think! Like my inner monologue is like J.K. Simmons from Whiplash, but it's like just me. Like I'm just there like, premise or punchline, premise or punchline. I don't know if you guys saw this, but a bunch of scientists are super worried about like thunderstorms and floods sweeping the US because of how fucked up the environment is. On an unrelated note, I made my girlfriend squirt for the first time. Thank you. Speaking of which, my girlfriend, I'm in an interracial relationship, which is pretty cool. My girlfriend, she's not white. Don't worry about that. We're not like a Hollywood couple. But no, my girlfriend is like a black woman, right? And like sometimes people ask how we got together, and it's a cool story because like I liked her first, but she didn't like me. So like she rejected me individually, and I was very, very sad about it. And a bunch of my friends, whenever I was sad about it, they try to like cheer me up about it. They'd always be like, oh, like they'd always like try to like like patch it up. Like one of my friends, the way like he tried to cheer me up was by putting her down. So like when we were together, he'd always be like, bro, she's not even that attractive. She's a 6 at best, you know? And then we started dating, and then she met my friends and she heard about the 6 comment. So I had to like kind of calm down the situation. I had to kind of like, like mitigate it. So like, I was like, babe, like, he's racist, you know? Like, he was probably going off the 3/5 compromise, because mathematically that makes you a 10. All right, I'll do one more, I'll get out of here. Something I have trouble with whenever someone gets canceled is like letting go of the art that I have attached to the person. Like say what you will about the person, but like, like the art is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. Like with Michael Jackson, right? Like he was my introduction to American culture, you know? So like when he got canceled, like, cause I started school in America around the year that he died, you know? So I remember going to school and like people would make fun of me for not knowing who he was. So I went out, made my dad buy the Greatest Hits CD. So that was like my introduction to American pop culture. Like, if you go through the camcorder footage of me as a child, you'd see me dancing to all the classics, like Thriller, Man in the Mirror, Beat It, which is ironic because if Michael Jackson saw that footage, he too would probably also beat it. Alright, that's my set. I'm sorry about it. Let's hear it one more time for Sanjay! Alright guys, this is our last comedian of the night. He's also a senior. Let's give it up for Sean! How was it, birthday? Okay. Is there the sound of the guitar?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do something like experimental. So I'm going to do like this voice first. So I don't have to face the music. That's pretty bad. So like, if you don't know, I'm a jerk. Yeah. So people will ask me, do I play guitar or not? And I would say no, because I would try to explain, actually this is not a guitar, because everything is based on the perspective. This is a viola. The first song I'm gonna play is my current relationship. Okay, so the next song I'm gonna play is my last relationship.
What a harmonization. Okay, let's be serious. Recently, I wrote a song. It called "Sad." Yeah, cause in our life, there are so many moments I feel sad. Hope you guys enjoy the song "Sad." For example, like you were on the stage and you forgot. The next line. Sad. You say you are taking 61, hey. Isn't it sad? You say you will pass the test. Maybe next time. You stay up for the final exam when your roommate having a date, having sex on your bed. Isn't it sad? During the final exam, you forgot put on your name. The TA say, see you next time. Isn't it sad? Isn't it sad? Cause I just want to have sex with my roommate. Do tell him. Your AirPod disconnect on the crowded bus when you were watching porn. Isn't it sad? Especially who is sitting next to you is your dad. Dad, fuck! Don't jerk up right now. Oh shit! Don't look at me. Oh shit! Forgot zipping your pants on the stage. Forgot you just guitar, who will never become a viola. None of my friends come to this show. That is true. Do you see any Taiwanese over here? So I said, if you want to be my friend, please make some fucking noise. I mean like, that's fucking noise. I can give you another chance. Give you another chance. If you want to be my friend, please make some fucking noise. That is sad. I say, follow me on Instagram. Don't follow me back to my place. I say, follow me by Instagram, or I will never let this end. Just grab your cell phone and scan the QR code. I say, follow me on Instagram. I said, follow me on Instagram, or I will never let this end. Hey, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I didn't see your cell phone. Follow me on Instagram. Trust me. Follow me on Instagram. Okay, so if you really scan the QR code, you will see this.
It's a Rickroll.
Bro. Sorry guys, just missed it. The show is going to end. Please don't be sad, cause we will see each other again in the class of 61A. The show is going to end, and lots of us going to graduate. I really want to say, I wish I can say, see you next time. But that will be a lie to you, my friend. Thank you very much, my Srisha.
Oh man, I'm a little. Thanks for coming, guys. That is the last show of the semester. Thank you guys so much for coming. It's you guys that keep us going. You know, your laughters. That's what really keeps us going. And that's all. Thank you guys for coming.